6 states are now down to 1 abortion clinic. So that's Kentucky, Mississippi, Missouri, North Dakota, South Dakota, and West Virginia. And if the Supreme Court decision goes in Louisiana's favor and upholds this law, it will be left with only 1 clinic in New Orleans. There are only 3 abortion clinics left in Louisiana. That's down from about 6 just a few years ago. What we're seeing is that the state is passing onerous restriction after restriction that's making it harder and harder for these clinics to operate, and it's causing them to close. They're requiring every doctor who provides an abortion to have admitting privileges to a hospital that's close by. But abortion is such a safe procedure, it's incredibly rare to ever have to admit a patient. It is incredibly difficult for doctors to get these kind of admitting privileges, which means in effect that they can't practice under threat of arrest and fines and other issues, and so they are put out of business. Other types of restrictions that we've seen across the country is making abortion clinics have to have the same kind of operating capacity as other surgical centers, and just in having to do a lot of expensive and difficult things that medical experts are saying are not necessary. Reproductive rights groups believe that these laws are really just an effort to shut down clinics.
So why are we back at the court? Because there are states like Louisiana and others that are in open defiance of the Supreme Court's ruling and the Constitution.
The clinic that's brought this case in Shreveport, we know that in that clinic, people are coming from really far away to get abortion services. They're coming from other states that have also passed really difficult abortion restrictions, so it's causing sort of a bottleneck. So the people who will be the most affected by this kind of law are people that don't have the money to buy a plane ticket or to spend hundreds of dollars in gas to drive.
I cannot tell you how moving it is to see all of you here, all of these faces rallying behind us, behind a small independent clinic in Northwest Louisiana. This case is about women across the country being able to access abortion in a real way, not just in theory. We all know a right you cannot access is no right at all. If more clinics in Louisiana close, it is simply going to put abortion care beyond the reach of many.
The constitutional right to an abortion that Roe gave us, if you can't get to a clinic, then that's just a right in name. So the case is really around whether states can continue to pass these restrictions on abortion clinics that force them to close. In Louisiana, only 4 women over the course of 23 years have ever been transported and needed to go to a hospital after an abortion. This effort to regulate abortion clinics out of business is not to serve women's health. There's a nefarious purpose at hand. What we're seeing across the country are really insidious efforts to close clinics and put the constitutional right to abortion out of reach for many women.